Alright guys, today we have a 2002 Nissan Altima. If you have a 2003, 4 Nissan Altima 4-cylinder and you're hearing like a bearing noise, you can lift the car up and you can turn the wheel and you will hear it bearing noise in here, right? This makes a bearing noise in here when the car drives. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna replace this bearing. This is a hub assembly, so it's gonna be a big piece goes in there, and it's gonna come with these new studs, not the lug nuts. I'm talking about the studs that are from the back, and the lug nuts go on it. So it's gonna be a big assembly. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the brakes, rotors, the caliper's gonna come off, and once the rotors are off, you're gonna have access to the hub, and then we'll remove the bolts for the hub, and the hub will come right out, and we'll install a new hub. Alright guys, we have the tire off, this tire is out, the hub is inside here. We're gonna start off with removing the brakes. Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this 14 right here. Right, sometimes these calipers are jammed up. Alright, so I'm gonna remove this 14 here. This is a long pin that goes all the way inside the caliper. Alright, just loose, and I can just get it out by hand. Sometimes the pressure doesn't want to let it come out. Alright, there you go. This is what you're going to take out first. After that, you should be able to move this caliper out a little bit like that. And just for the safety, I'm going to let the brake pads come out. That way they don't fall on the ground or anything like that. Alright, I'm gonna go get a flathead. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll pull out these brake pads. I'll put them somewhere safe, because we're gonna reuse the same brake pads. Just tap them if you need to. Alright, there's the second brake pad. Alright, sometimes there's a rust inside these calipers. Just remove that if you need to. Alright, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get number 19. I believe this is 19 in the back. Let me get the tool, then I'll come right back. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this number 19 here. And the one on the top also. I'm going to try to get it from down here also. Sometimes you won't have a good angle. I'll try from up here. This is not going to come out, right? So you got to remove the bracket with it. Guys, I have both of these bolts loose. This one's a little stiffer. So let me work on this. Alright, got that. And this has a washer on it. Make sure you don't lose that washer there. And put this somewhere safe. And then I'll remove the one on the top. Once we have this one out also, I'm going to bring my camera over a little bit here. It's all loose so far. a little bit so we can see. And we'll take this whole thing and we'll put it up here somewhere, alright? Just like that. Next, we don't want to damage this rotor, right? So we'll tap it softly. Alright, it's jammed up a little bit. I'm gonna have to work something with this. Alright, so it's not coming out. I'm gonna tap it in the back softly, like right here. There you go. We're gonna reuse this rotor. That's why I don't want to hit it too hard. I don't want to damage it. Alright. So we have the rotor out, and this is the whole hub here. I could feel the little marbles inside. The bearings, ball bearings in there, I can feel them in there, right? Alright, to remove this bearing, we're gonna look in the back. I'll move my light like over here so we can see better. Now I'll put my camera right here. Alright, if you look back here, you're gonna see 4 bolts. 1, 2, this one over here, and this one on the top right there, right? It's hard to see a little bit because there's not too much light here. And let me see if I can grab the light and put it somewhere better. Alright, that should be much better there. There you go. So 2 bolts here, 1, 2, 3, and 2 on the top, 4 bolts. And we're gonna get a gun, impact gun, and we're gonna put a swivel, and we're gonna take those out. Let me get my tools ready, and then we'll come back. Alright, I got my tools ready. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put this extension on, and I'm gonna try to get those out. Let me just angle my camera somewhere where I can get a good angle with the tool, plus you can see, alright? Leave the camera right there. Alright, I'm almost ready. Here it comes. So what I'm gonna do is, that's a 17 millimeter. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And this is the last one. And that's 4. So this is 1. They all should be the same size. 2. And then we got 3. And number 4, right? Now we're gonna go up in the front. And we'll try to remove that hub. Sometimes you have to hit it with the hammer. Alright guys, here it is, alright? This is the hub. All the bolts are out. And when you do this, sometimes this brake mechanism right here, the e-brake and this plate here, it wants to come out with it. So make sure you hold on to it. You don't let nothing fall. What I'll do is, I'll just tap this with the hammer. Moving, I can feel it already. There you go. Alright. And this should slide right out, right? There you go. That's the hub bearing assembly right here. This doesn't have ABS. So I'm gonna take a moment, I'll take a small break, and I'll come back and then I'll clean this. And all you need to do here is take a flathead screwdriver, just scrape this area, right? So the new hub can go in there nice and smooth. Put a little bit of grease here. If you don't do that, you might have a problem putting the new hub in there. And make sure you get all the debris out of there, right? So this is holding itself, so I'm gonna leave it alone, right? And I haven't got the part yet, so once I have the part, we'll go in together. Alright guys, so I have this greased up here a little bit. I cleaned it up. I'll make sure I blew some air so all the debris is out. And I have the new hub here, right? This is the new hub. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna line this and we're gonna put the bolts in the back, right? So before I do anything, I usually like to check if these bolts go in. So this is good, the threads are the same size. So what we'll do next is we'll take this hub, just like that. It'll go right in, all right? You don't have to do much. And then take the bolt from the back, put the bolt in. Sometimes it doesn't align, so just move it around. It's all a matter of catching a couple of threads. Alright, let me try to get a different angle. Alright guys, I took a little moment to grab the bolts because I was going to block the camera view anyway. So I got 2 bolts in there and my phone rang and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got 2 bolts in there and then I'm going to get the third one here. Alright, I couldn't align it, that's why I did it a little bit off the camera. And then we'll take the camera in the back and we'll tighten this up. 3, and this is the last one. This goes on the bottom, like down here. I got the one on the top, one in this corner. I'm getting the one on this corner now. Alright, there you go. Alright, so I got them all, alright? Make sure little pieces like this, you move out. I hit the hammer here by mistake. I'm gonna straighten that out because I will hit the rotor. Now we'll go in the back with the impact gun. Alright, I got my bolts in there. I'm gonna get my gun with the extension. Now what we need to do is tighten these 4 bolts. Make sure you jam them all in, so do one at a time. Alright, my camera moves a little bit, let me fix it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do it evenly, alright? I'm gonna tighten this a little bit. And then I'm going to tighten this corner. That way the hub goes in flush, alright? Once I have all these snugged in, I'm going to just tighten them, alright? Nice and tight. I'll do this corner now. Do the one on the top. One in this corner, and after that I'll just double check one more time, and that's it. And there we go. We have them all in. And I'll take my camera out and I'll show you guys. I can't find the button on the camera. Let me come down. Alright guys, we have the hub there. There's the hub. You can see it there. You could turn it, just check. And it's nice and tight. The brakes look good. I'll continue the job. What I'll do next is I'll take the rotor. I'll put the rotor in next. Just like that. We'll take our caliper and the bracket that's together. We'll put that in next. And make sure you put these number 19s back in there. And make sure you put the washer there. If you miss that, it's probably gonna go too far and then hit the rotor. Alright guys, I'm gonna take my camera up a little bit so we can see. I got this number 19 here and there's a number 19 back down here. I'm gonna tighten those two. But what I need to do is I'm gonna keep my camera this way and then I'll put my light back here somewhere. And I'm gonna tighten this with the number 19. Alright, I'm gonna get this bolt nice and tight, and I'm gonna get the top one, and I'm gonna come right back. Alright guys, so I have this and this tight. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna compress this piston back, right? Because it's not gonna go in. Right, there we have it. I pushed the piston back a little bit. Now I'm gonna put the brake pads in. I'm gonna put this brake pad in. All right, and then we can take the caliper and put the caliper in, just like that. These calipers are never smooth. Any Nissan. All right, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten that number 14. Alright, and that's it, we're done. Alright, this is nice and tight. The bracket 2 bolts are tight. The hub assembly from the back 4 bolts are tight. And after this you can just test drive it, and that's it. There should be nothing rubbing. You could turn the rotor and nothing should be rubbing. And that's how you change a bearing on a 2002 Nissan Altima. This is the hub bearing assembly.